Bernard Shapiro got me $9 billion. And that's when I bought Bernard Shapiro's law firm. That motherfucker worked for me today. Hey, Bernard, get out here. That's right. That's how good a lawyer I am. Last week I banged into my desk and sued myself for $800,000. They have athlete foot fungus with fast-acting tenactin. Berry, and occasional lower back pain. But they don't have a lot of disgusting medical products on. I'm glad you did. See, this crowd's up for anything, man. I worked in Vegas, and they go, keep the show clean. TV clean. That's the word they use. TV. So I'm watching the TV, and I'm going, well, how clean is this shit? 12 in the afternoon, when little kids are home, there's a yeast infection commercial every 20 seconds. I'm a grown man. I don't even know what a yeast infection is. I just know they got something to do with the number 7. I figured that out. And apparently a lot of good-looking women get them. Because the woman on the commercial is always really pretty. I'm flipping her. I go, hey, she's a babe. Who's that? She's looking right in the camera. Hi. You know, I've got a yeast infection so horrible that the Atlanta Center for Disease Control is circling my home in a chopper. Hey, hey, hey! Isn't that a little blunt in the middle of the after-school special? Just pop right on the tube. Hi, my pussy. Ow! Ow! Fuck. I know women have the problem, and they need to know what products are out there to help them. So I guess you have to have the commercial. I don't just make it a little more lighthearted is all I'm saying. You can have the commercial just...
We're fooling Mrs. Johnson. We're replacing her ordinary yeast infection medicine with a mixture of whole wheat flour and water. Let's watch as Mr. Johnson comes home after a hard day at the office.
Hey, honey, what a day I had. Hey, is that a Kaiser roll? I thought the house smelled great. Folks, in the middle of the day, is that clean on TV? 12 in the afternoon, there's a guy in a business suit, and I quote, hello, I'd like to talk to you about an itch so private. Well, it's not private anymore, itchy ass man. The guy sells Anusol ass itch medication. If you're anything like me, you had no idea that ass itch was a medical problem. I always thought you got ass itch if you didn't wash your ass enough. And you don't need Anusol, perhaps Lysol is the product. But this guy has medical ass itch. And so do millions of people. I was shocked. Makes you wonder what else people have that hasn't hit the airwaves yet. That'll be the next one. Hello, are you one of the 15 million guys suffering from exploding scrotum syndrome? How many times has your sack exploded, causing your balls to rocket through the office, possibly ruining that important sales presentation? Let's watch this reenactment. Hey, Bob, why so down? It's this damn exploding scrotum syndrome. One of my nuts bounced right off the chairman's forehead. I'll never get that big account now. Why don't you try what I use? Scrot Secure, huh? Try Scrot Secure for 30 days, and if it doesn't work, bring your balls to the pharmacist for a full refund. And the pharmacist can help you. Say what? You have the receipt? Hello, I'd like to talk to you about diarrhea. I don't want to talk to him. What's he doing on? It's always the same commercial. It's always a guy who gets the diarrhea at an inconvenient time. As if there was an appropriate time. Like you have ever in your life. This would be a great time to get the shits, don't you think, Bob? Right now, I mean, the sun's out, we're on the Ferris wheel. What are we waiting for? I mean, when would you want that? In a romantic situation? You know, honey, the kids are away and we got both bathrooms to ourselves. What do you say I chill this bottle of Mexican water I've been saving? You put that shrimp salad under the sun lamp for 5-6 hours. We'll slap on some Depends. There really are only two good times to get the diarrhea, when you're behind in your reading and when your cellmate makes his move. Those are the only two. But you never get a break like that when you need it, do you? You gotta love this city, though, man. It's really nice. We were driving. I thought it was gonna be like this sort of, you know, just kind of really islandy, virgins in a volcano type of place. But I'm passing McDonald's. It's like a built up. It's a whole. I went by the Red Lobster, one of my favorite joints. Yeah. You guys work there? Why'd you plug? You like seafood? You have the crabs? What was it? Why did you? Why? It's a great place. Just don't sit next to the tank when you go. It's very depressing. The lobsters always have that look of, any word from the governor? You got to get me out of here. I didn't do nothing. That's why you have to have about 4 or 5 drinks and then order. Because once you're drunk, you don't give a shit who you throw in a boiling pot. Now you got a whole different attitude. You're like the Emperor of Rome now. That waiter's going, can we help you? And you're like, yes. Bring me the brown one. He amuses me. It's the one on the left. Seize him! Have him boiled immediately. Table next to me is a bit noisy. Kill them as well! It's so sad, isn't it? Will there be anything else? Yes. Find out why all the Romans in the movies have English accents. And they're the only animals in a restaurant that happens to. If you go to a steakhouse, no cow tank. You don't bring that cow. What do you think of this one, buddy? With a baked potato? I don't think you go wrong with him. Say the word, I got a gun, I'll blast the shit out of him right here. He's about, hey, put your head up, asshole. It's a customer here. You want this job or not? There's the cow. Why don't you have the lobster? Why don't you mind your goddamn business? The man has made his dinner selection, fat boy. Sir, if I may say so, a fine choice it was. All right, what a crowd. What a Hawaiian crowd. And now let's pause for something you hardly ever hear. Yee-haw! That was one great bar mitzvah. I noticed a few yelps out there. We got Southern people in the crowd? Hey, buddy, where you from? What part of Texas? Fort Worth, Texas. Cool, home of American Airlines, yeah? Yeah. I love the South. It's a great, especially the old South, the kind they have in the movies. The one where they always have a guy who looks like Colonel Sanders running around and talking all kinds of proud Southern guy shit. I gotta meet my family, my son Beauregard, his brother the dentist Florigard, my bad-smelling sister Rightgard, and my grandmother paying no attention, that's disregard. They got her. And they always have a really overdressed, pretty, coquettish Southern belle-type woman with a parasol fanning herself. I do declare, Colonel, it is hot on the porch today. I always wanted to go back in time and be a little fly on the wall on a plantation and hear how they really talked. Because let's be honest, when the door closes and everybody starts drinking, nobody is all that polite and gentlemanly all day. You know that Colonel was talking all kinds of shit when he got alone with Miss Polly at the end of Well, Miss Polly, it being Sunday and services being over and us being alone on the plantation, I think it's only fitting and proper that I bend you over this table made of fine mahogany wood indigenous to this part of the state so I can ram this butter churn so far up your poop chute that your eyes light up like Atlanta on fire.